Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Zim, and this is TCG Card Shop Simulator. And with crowd control, because we're trying to get to partner with crowd control, and so I need your guys' help. We gotta have 15 of you purchasing some crowd control coins. Using your biddies. You know, using them to mess with me. Or help, if some of you are so inclined.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Oh. I'm sorry, Brygon. But either way, we've got Conrad down there in the bottom left doing art. He's working on a fursuit mask thing for a head base. I think that's what it's called. And we're using the TF Talkies this evening. So you can transform me live here on stream because it is TF Tuesday. As Rayshella has just demonstrated. Now, let's get in here and see where the heck we left off, because it has been a while. Yes, I am doing crowd control, Ido, because we gotta... We have the grind to get through, you know. I want to get to partner... Oh, jeez. Hi. Oh, God, I forgot about the audio. Turn the audio up for web fishing and oofta.
Rip.
Bees.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
And here comes the hype train.
Choo-choo.
It is so silly that they have this literally going through here.
Hi, Master.
Hello, Rygon.
Hello.
Our gun is cute. Could you just imagine that you're playing, you know, game at your local, you know, comic store and suddenly, oh yeah, here comes this train, you know, just doodling on down the road.
Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
It's the sus train.
Toshime, thank you for those for that coin purchase. Yeah, we're trying to get to partner with crowd control, but I need your guys' help to get there.
Okay, what do we do?
Gotta buy some crowd control coins with your whatever you call those, biddies.
Biddies. Money.
I gotta have at least 15 unique people that do it this month. Doesn't have to be a lot. Just has to be, you know, 15 people.
10,000 biddies.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I don't have that many biddies.
Oh, okay.
With every purchase, you get an uppies with this cute magnet here.
I'd be like for 10,000 biddies, like. I don't know. I don't even know what you could ask for getting 10,000 biddies. I would require a hug.
Huggies.
I mean, I'm always happy to give you a hug.
Yay.
Goals.
But, yeah, for, MFF.
Yeah. And gonna tell us all about it.
Well, we went into it a bit earlier with, Era and Raijin, but the con was awful.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. I
Sorry to hear that, man.
I had a really good trip though. You know, going and hanging out with everybody was really nice. But the con, like the fun that I had was not at all because of the con. It was all because of who I was hanging out with and such.
Well, it's kind of like a bad video game or a bad movie, right? You know, sometimes the fun is just being there with people you enjoy.
Exactly. I definitely know if not for them, I would have been incredibly miserable.
That's too bad. I mean, I saw that some people had themselves a decent time.
I'm certain a lot of people did. I just know for us, it was like they did not utilize the con space properly.
Yeah.
And honestly, from what I've heard from people who were saying that the con was great, the parts that they were saying was great was not anything to do with the con itself.
That is fair.
They were enjoying hanging out with others. They were enjoying spending time with their friends and whatnot. I know that's a big part of going to a convention, but it's still like...
Oh, there we go.
Oh, thank you, Rykon.
Yay. Yeah, of course, man. I haven't spent money on you in a little bit. Now, excuse me as I try to find a way to inconvenience you.
Oh, Geemond! Remember that those unfortunately don't count unless you actually use them. You gotta use them on the channel here, otherwise they don't count.
Right?
Human.
You can buy coins directly from crowd control.
Yeah.
It's a little bit better price for you guys, but it doesn't do anything for my channel unless you know. Really? Nom.
Eat bread. Dork.
Not the bread.
Breb. Eat breb.
Don't forget that you can teleport the Zim as well. It's all the way at the bottom.
I'm very aware. But now you ruined the surprise. Unpats your pat.
Oh.
Smells like mischief in the air.
But yeah, the con was just too spread out. We literally, to get into Dealer's Den, we went and waited on a... Okay, so first off with Dealer's Den. Okay. They had tickets that you were supposed to pick up when you registered. They did not tell anybody.
Uh-huh.
Some people apparently... Or not everybody was being told anyways. We did not find out until the next day. Most of the people that I met up with had no idea about this. We found out about it from Matteo, who apparently did actually get one of the tickets. But they didn't announce it. So we just thought, hey, Dealer's Den opens at 1 p.m. and that's just, charge. But no, they were handing out tickets, which is a good idea, in theory. The way they did it, not so much. Because the tickets had a specific time where you were able to show up during that time period for getting in there.
Crowd control tickets.
Yeah. They were in 15-minute increments. And so we showed up at our time to wait in a line, to then be let in to wait in another line, to then be, moved to another line before we were finally allowed into the dealer's den.
Ooh.
Our ticket time was for
Wow.
3:45. We wound up actually getting into the dealer's den at almost 5.
Oh, dang.
Yarg.
Oh dang.
Registration itself was an hour and a half wait. Which, that's to be expected. Every panel, or almost every panel, there was a couple that did not have a wait that I saw. But most of them, you needed to show up a half hour early or else you were not going to get in. And that was a half hour early to stand in a line. I know the Hypno Furs meet and greet was, I showed up and the line was all the way down the hallway and stretching out into this freaking big thing or big general area, whatever you want to call it.
Yikes.
And it's like I could not stand standing in line. It was so much waiting, so many lines, so much time spent just sitting there, or not sitting. Would have been nice if it was at least sitting, but no, it was standing there, waiting in a line.
Sounds about right.
So
It's now bigger than FE. Or sorry.
we wound up basically doing no panels. The only thing that was actually for the convention that we did was going into the dealer's den. And that was, it was good. It was alright. But it still, it just, we were so worn out. Huh?
I said it just wasn't fun.
Yeah. And then the convention center itself, there is a sky bridge that takes 15 minutes without a crowd to get across. And the con is spread out between both sides of this sky bridge. And then apparently there's also another sky bridge to another hotel that has more events going on in that. I never even went to that hotel at all. But that sky bridge is 15 minutes to get across if it's empty. It's almost never empty. And it's only big enough for single file lines going in each direction. So, of course, any traffic jam, and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And they had the heaters on in there, which I was expecting that problem because it's been a problem every year because they won't turn off the heaters in that sky bridge. And so you've got a whole bunch of fursuiters going through there, a whole bunch of people. The heaters are running, and they're making it even hotter in there. Oh, messed up the booking and did a rush job? That's a whole other thing, Rachel. They closed the convention center early on Friday and Saturday.
Oh, dang.
Like, we're talking 7 p.m.-ish. Because apparently the security team that was hired to do the convention was double booked to do a hockey game as well. So they just closed up the convention center, and the security team went off to do the hockey game.
Well, sounds like either way, there was plenty of puck to go around.
Plenty of what?
Puck.
Ah, I see.
I'm being coy.
The like I said, I could have easily saved the... I could have just not bought a con ticket, saved myself so much hassle of waiting in registration, and had the exact same experience.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a little bit better. Because that whole... Then I wouldn't have had to wait in the line for registration in the first place. And then the convention center itself was... It's a pretty building, but it literally has only one location where you can get outside. And that is this covered area with a whole bunch of cars and buses coming and going at all times. And with it being the only place, it means everybody congregated there. The hotel itself had one place for people to go outside. Well, technically two, but I consider them the same because, you know, there's one that's the ground and then the balcony right above it. It's basically the same thing. Same place.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like, for me, I needed to get away from the chaos occasionally, and it was impossible. With Anthrocon, it was really nice because they had so many balconies. So many places that you could just slip out of the building, go sit outside for a bit. With there being so many places, people were spread out, not all congregating to only 2 locations. It was an awful experience. But, like I said, I did have fun. Just not because of the con itself. If that makes sense to you guys.
Steven, here is your...
Oh, no.
What did my things go through?
You might need to try it again because, you know, I'm... Dude, would you move?
Here, do that.
Oh, thanks.
You betcha.
Oh.
Do the math.
Hee.
You gave too much change. What's wrong? Come on, man.
I can't even see what's going on, period, with this guy. Just
I know,
standing
Bob,
there.
Bob right there he's doing a very good job of being a great wall.
There, just take it.
Take my money, man.
Okay, well, he at least oh, God. Bye.
He's got to be the villain. Legally distinct Kitsune's being a trickster. I'm feeling sick, so it's only fair I can make other people miserable.
Oh, I'm a bit sick too. I think I did catch the con crud.
Oh no.
Great. Well, at least you got something out of it.
Yeah.
Probably should start my thing soon. What do you think, Zim Double Stream?
Sure.
Alright. Let me find something chill. Ah, here we go. Outlast Trials.
Oh my god.
What? Oof.
Alright, Zim. I'm sending you some counterfeit products. Don't tell anybody.
What?
Nothing?
Ah, now everything's in a foreign language.
Lovely.
There's your product.
I have no idea what that meant. I have discovered a new menu, and I don't understand any of it because somebody put it in another language!
Like, my master put it to Chinese simplified.
Oh. Jeez. Where? Okay, it's over there.
And now after the biggies. Oh, hey, was that the thing I sent you?
The milk? Probably. I have no idea
No,
who's
it
sending
was not
what.
milk. I sent you System Gate #1 game, non-counterfeit. I don't know what that means.
Non-counterfeit? Well, yes, I did get this.
Well, yeah. Yeah, see, there it is. Definitely not counterfeit.
Mingo, what the heck? They just said it to Korean.
Oh, boy.
I'm looking like I totally understand this language. It's been too long.
Been so long, and I don't know. In the end, makes him uncomfortable.
I signed up for this.
Yep.
Oh, don't forget, everybody, we're trying to get to partners, so I need 15 of you to pick up some, crowd control coins.
Yeah.
Right, we should not help. We should not, definitely not help Zim with the counterfeit products.
Haha.
Oh!
Don't have that.
Yeah. Wonder what'll happen if I
You should say,
hit
"Let me think."
accept.
See what he says.
Let me think. Oh, he's just gonna stand there. I'll just say decline.
Oh man, I was really hoping you might have this card. Why, this place with like 3 really bad tables and a hairspray that you just gave that guy, I could have sworn it would have that card.
Haha.
Oh, hi, Geemond.
Human, good friend.
Man's like, so. Should we do trains?
Oh, he wants a trade.
Fine, since it's new.
You know, it might be kind of fun at some point to do some crowd control with Lethal Company.
Oh god.
Crowd can or lethal come. Oh, jeez, you guys inverted. Oh. Well, I ain't playing the game for a bit.
Oh, they inverted the control.
And zoomed in the FOV.
Yeah, but look at that texture.
Good god.
That's so good. Yeah, you know, we'll do some train. We'll do some trains. Why not?
Anyways, as I was about to say about Lethal Company, I just don't care for the game.
Yeah, but with crowd control. Think of the money.
I'd rather have fun.
Furry.
Like streaming is my career and all, but I ain't gonna do something if I'm just gonna be miserable.
That is fair.
I have more respect for myself than that.
I don't. I don't have that respect for myself. Hamburger, please.
Hamburger.
You know, you could just keep the light off. Nobody cares, and you don't spend electric bill.
Actually, I haven't been paying my bills at all. I'm curious what's gonna happen.
No. You
Going
haven't
to
paying your
super
bills?
debt?
What?
I'm curious.
Okay, I understand that, but it's so scary.
Content warning is about the same, like, it's okay. But I don't really enjoy them much.
Hmm.
I'm wondering, Dunbrine. I am Monkey now.
Monkey.
Ook.
Ook, ook.
I am just incredibly curious what's going to happen, if anything. Right now, I am 6 days late on paying it.
I mean, it's probably like real life, and they'll just send you to collectors. Come
You
in
think
and
that?
steal your 3 tables and just be like, it's a part of doing business. IRS audit? Well, what's the IRS gotta do, huh? They don't got funds for nothing. All Zim has to do is just get rich before they, you know, come down on them.
Yeah.
No, there is one thing you don't mess with, and that is the IRS.
Oh
Unless
yeah,
you're rich.
Joker taught us.
Even if you're rich.
No. No, I'm being legitimate about that, and that's literally because they don't actually have the funds to deal with rich people, so they don't.
Ah. And, the IRS is not who's going to come after me if I don't pay my bills. They come after me if I don't pay my taxes. Very different.
100% different.
Oh, did you get the Twitch recap?
I did. I haven't looked at mine yet, but...
Zim's number 1 for me. Number 2 is Rygon.
Wow.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
Guess I don't need a little dragon after all.
Don't. No, 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 no.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Freezer's chilled, so now it's reloaded, stuff put back on the top.
Yeah, I know, right, Ido?
Oh, did Pupper do something?
Wasn't their #1 most watched streamer?
I said that Zim was my number 1 streamer because of the thing that came out.
Yeah, the Twitch recap.
Oh, that's what that thing is. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone playing Pokemon in the dark.
No,
They're not gonna
legally
care.
distinct, not Pokemon.
Yeah.
All in the dark.
Blah. I'm not feeling great. Maybe I will call it tomorrow.
Oh. Hug.
Hug.
Huggles.
That is
Or
hug.
Huggles.
We're gonna bring you some hot dogs.
Yay, hot dog.
I could really use some food.
What was that?
Food's
Zim?
always good.
Time to start talking about food in front of you?
I mean, you're welcome to, Rygon. But in a couple of hours, I've got a dutiful pet that will be home and will be making me food.
Yeah, but that's like 2 whole hours.
Ah, but I don't have to do anything for it.
Suspicious.
I can turn it right back around.
Alright, go ahead.
I just did.
Oh no, no, go ahead. Allow me to experience the anti-feeling.
The what now?
The anti-feeling. You're the statement that you're gonna make that's gonna make me feel like the bully shame.
Oh.
I'll go
Okay,
ahead and
so
I'll
we're
do it while
making
I'm
hot
eating
dogs for
my
everyone.
fresh fried chicken, my Coca-Cola, and my pasta salad here. Go ahead.
I guess I'm making hot dogs for everyone then. No problem.
Yes.
Hot dogs are nice.
And then somebody buys I got a pizza. No, I honestly don't need food right now. I actually did get some fried chicken earlier.
Good.
Oh,
That's
hey!
my comfort food since I'm sick.
Apparently it just reset itself and automatically paid.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Cool, so I
It
don't
automatically
have...
pays on you.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. At least I don't have to sit here and deal with, you know, manually remembering to pay it every day.
But then I am cringe and I like food spicier than the devil. How's that cringe? Zim, how's that cringe?
I
I see.
have no idea. Though I know Rex likes the, things spicy.
That is fair.
I
I'm just imagining Gib Gab just going up to a bunch of like, hot sauce makers, like the like legitimate hot sauce fandom. Yes, there is actually a hot sauce fandom.
Oh, yes.
And just like, calling them cringe. Y'all are cringe.
I know Rex, the other day we had, some Stouffer's mac and cheese,
Yeah.
put it in the oven and bake it for a while. And Rex is like, there wasn't really any flavor. And I'm like, yes, there is. You just burned off all of your taste buds with the spiciness that you constantly put on everything.
Mm-hmm.
You can't taste something that's good anymore.
How long is it going to take for Zoom to notice he's got a cute little ankle bracelet?
That mean we have to get one for Pupper? Right?
The anklet that I've always had?
Yeah.
I'm
Of
confused.
which you never talk about ever, which I'm bringing up specifically to point it out.
What's there to talk about?
Cute.
No.
Yep, nope, you're right.
I am fat
Yep,
and
that's
ugly.
the
The
symbol.
narrator
And
said so.
All there is. Say again?
I am fat and ugly. The narrator said so.
I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about your dang ankle bracelet. Stop making this all about you, Zim. Jeez.
You have a narrator? Wow.
Yes, retired.
Dunbrine, how dare you? Yeah, he hasn't narrated in a while.
Yeah, I could actually possibly do some of that if that's what you'd like.
Yim's burn out.
Almost definitely at some point soon.
Hmm.
I just don't think there's... Well, I mean, if you start now...
I mean, it's kind of up to everybody and whatnot. I don't want to infringe on the stream or something like that. I'm perfectly happy just to sit here and play with my trains.
I mean, this
Pain.
is my stream, so, you know, if I want to have that...
Yeah, but I'm bringing up my stream.
Don't have a
Well, that
stream.
is your stream. If you want to do that...
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you and the chat and everything wants, I'll be happy to read out a little bit. Like I said, I'm kind of not planning on going in tomorrow, so
That's fair.
yeah.
For me,
I got the PTO for it, and I'm not feeling great.
I'm not feeling great either, which is why I would love to have you do it. But,
Both need some extra hugs and uppies?
I got right on you guts him.
no, I'm
Okay.
just sick.
Yeah, we're both.
Oh, the
kinda sick.
Concrads?
Yes.
15,000+ people in one area. Hey, you got a cold? You can have one too. No.
Oh, thank goodness the number 7 doesn't appear differently in other languages.
But tonight I do have a new game I will be doing. The
Ooh.
developer sent me a key for exclusive early access.
Oh, look at you, being all important and stuff.
Sounds like it's gonna be a long night for you tonight then.
No. Well, I mean, it's already been a long day.
Does that mean you want some Krispy Kreme donuts then?
Sure.
Oh, Zim, I got my second all-time tier 3 sub, like, last stream.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats, Regon.
To anyone who's
yeah.
unaware, that's actually a pretty big accomplishment for a streamer because that's not something anybody has to do. But the fact that somebody like went ahead and did it, it's like, yay.
Oh yeah, especially when you're an affiliate and the only benefit they get out of it is a single emote.
Yeah.
So it is a huge deal to us when somebody is willing to do that. for
that's why I'm
such a
trying to think of,
little benefit.
Like, what could I do for like tier 2 or 3 subs? Like, what's something special I could do for them for now? I haven't come up with anything, but maybe someday.
Dancing fox emote.
I don't know. Maybe I'll record a voice line for them or something. Probably, you know,
Multi-tail wiggle.
it'd probably be something that'll end up getting used in like a court of law.
Ooh.
Just have me like saying something like, "I didn't do it." Oh, what's that one movie? What's that one movie? The Room, right? Where he's just like, I didn't do it. I did. Oh, hi, Mark. Have that be in a court of law.
Not a clue.
Have to explain to the judge what the reference is.
Gulp.
Dude, why did you just like flatten that milk? Like you like crushed it against your head after you drank it. Like, what the heck, man?
I'm just that hard, man.
Our milk chugger.
Hugging milk go.
Gib Gab says they're of the thought that, to be honest, if someone does tier 2 to 3, do an extra emote or two, but keep it chill. When you've subbed at higher tiers, it's been out of appreciation more than anything, not for the benefits. Oh, sure, but like, it is for us quite a big deal, and I'd like to show my appreciation as well. I just don't know how yet in a way that would be, reasonable for that tier. Like, I'm obviously not going to give you my kidney or something. I need that.
And Gib Gab, we can only do, we are only able to offer one per tier. So if you're at tier 3, then cool, you get yourself the tier 2 and tier 3, but we don't have any ability to offer more than that.
Something that could be considered could be something like, oh, if you sub at that tier like for consistently for a while, like say 3 to 5 times or whatever, maybe I could use that money that you guys subbed at and get you a custom emote for the channels. Little things like that. I'm still debating, I'm still trying to figure it out, because again, I don't want it to be something where I end up getting inconvenienced by it, but at the same time it shows my appreciation. And I'm sure Zim would probably be of the same mind.
I am, though I would caution on that because there are limited slots with that.
Exactly.
So it's something that, sure, you could open it up, but then people will be upset when you run out of the ability to offer that.
Yeah. Which for a small channel like mine, it wouldn't be too big of a deal, since I've still got plenty of space open. But yeah, kind of like you said, we have to be kind of considerate, we have to be kind of careful.
It's also why the only emotes on the channel that aren't mine are one per artist. And those are for the, the artists that joined me on stream, like Whiskers as his and such. And Whiskers is working on one for Raijin.
Thank you.
But yeah, don't forget, everybody. I need you guys to help. I want to get to crowd control partner. We have to meet it this month, otherwise we're not going to be able to get it.
Oh no.
Or will be restarted, basically, because it has to be 3 months consistently.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Alright. Probably shouldn't start before the night goes on too much further. Let's get that Christmas jazz going.
Alright, Gib Gab. You do it some... You give me a tier 3 sub. And I will, give you a spoiler for, Wild Traditions.
Oh.
Oh my.
Alright, my stream started.
Cool.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the way I have my stream set up, nobody's gonna be able to see your guys' talkie icons, which makes me sad.
Okay. Da, 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 da.
Dun, 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 dun.
No worries, Toshime. Though, actually, please do not send any treats retreat stream tonight. While I would definitely appreciate the food and the thought, my legs cannot handle going down the stairs to go get the food.
Well, you
but-
have like 2 other people.
Well,
And
yeah, but
instant teleportation.
well, I don't have any control over the teleportation.
Oh, that's a crummy superpower then. Hey there, Basswood and Sunset. Good to see you guys. Oh, did you actually see that we have the power to merge our chats now?
I did.
I'm curious. Do we actually have to like do a co-op stream to do that?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Darn.
Yeah.
You have to do the co-stream, co-chat. Me. I wonder if there's a way, like some other program that would allow me to do it, because I'd like to be able to do it. Wait, how do I get out?
Yeah, I just saw that. I'm just gonna put this here. And hope that people stop walking through here.
How do I get out, man? This door is too big and confusing. Dude, how did you get out your front door?
Lucky we could have blocked him to stay in the store. It's like, you must spend forever.
No, that's just kind of it, Basswood. Popping out other people's chats is actually quite a bit of a hassle for me because I've only got a couple of monitors, and one of the monitors is obviously taken up by game, and the other monitor is taken up by, like, you know, keeping a track of what's going on with my chat, with the mini feed, as well as small adjustments. And I have to keep my screen free so I can actually see if something breaks on my channel. So I only have like this tiny little space that I can use for other things, and yeah, that's about it.
You know what? If you guys get me to the requirements for crowd control partner tonight, then fine. I will admit I am cute.
Good, it'll be good for your mental health.
Meh.
I should know. Hello there, cute Faith. Oh, enjoying the little Christmas emotes? Yeah. Speaking of which, Zim, do you have Christmas emotes?
I do not.
Should think about getting some. 'Tis the season.
Reminisce.
It is, but I don't have the, I just don't have any to put in. Well, there's other requirements on that as well, Gib Gab. It's got to be those 15 users do need to do a combined total of $100 of support, which honestly is the easy part.
Alright, y'all heard him. $99.99.
There is one more requirement, but that's not something that I'll hold you guys to, because that requires that that requires that I simply do 2 sessions of crowd control, which, you know, I can just do another session, you know, another game of that.
Yeah. Basswood, are you sure? Are you sure you wish to become one of my tails? Oh, nothing happened. Oh, dang. I just got a nice pet.
He'll refuse.
You're gonna be just chilling tonight, cute Faith, with some bundled up blankets and cookies. Oh, that sounds delicious and very warm. That's 3 out of 3 misses. One day, eventually, Basswood. One day. Yeah, Basswood Hears Him actually was it's somebody I used to know a very long time ago, and they just randomly found me again on my stream. And they were like, Officer? And I'm like, wait, I've not been called Officer in literal years. Back in my Lost Saga days.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, people in the past couple of streams managed to get a little bit of Rygon lore.
Rygon lore, amazing.
That's true. Subsec did get 5 non-tail TFs in a row.
I forgot about that.
You were a simp back then? I mean, nothing wrong. I mean, we were all just more or less young adults and just kids. We were still learning about the world. Like, I'm not going to claim that I'm any better now, to a degree, but, you know, I feel like I'm more mature. For one, I don't get into dumb online arguments.
I mean, we have definitely argued about some dumb things.
We have debated, not argued, thank you.
Pata, patata. Speaking of which, I should start my supper. I shall be back shortly, folks.
Sounds good. Yay, I've been given pets by Cute Faith.
Oh, jeez, Gib Gab. Thank you. I can bring that up here and there, Gib Gab.
Dang, seems like tonight's a good crowd control night.
Yeah, we might actually be able to pull this off.
Yay.
Your offer, 1 penny.
Let's see, where are we at right now? We are at 6 out of 15 unique users.
Good. Here, give me a second. I'll be right back. Put on mustache and glasses. Comes back. Oh, hello there. I am unique user number 7.
Oh.
Vari, unfortunately, exchanging that way does not count towards anything until you actually use those coins.
So, just use some biddies. Use them. Or not biddies, use the coins.
Yeah.
Right there, cute face. Whoa. Would you like this for $4, man? I found it in the garbage outside.
Later on, you guys can do the, oh boy. Oh, that
I don't
definitely
like
fills me with dread.
What's for? Oh no. What Varian said.
Yeah.
I feel the. I heard you go. Oh no. And I'm like, oh no. Oh. Death.
But you guys do have limited time to do this. Keep that in mind.
Man. Oh, thank you for the tier 1 sub, Tosha, man. You've been sub for 25 months. Man, Zim, that's so crazy that I've been doing this for like 3 years now.
So
does
crazy
time
that
go?
that's how long we've known each other.
Right?
Feel the backhand of justice!
I'm double checking subscriptions, seeing when the things pop up.
Alright, everybody. I don't think I'll be able to see Zim's chat anymore unless I do something special here. Give me a second.
Oh no.
I know. Sorry. I'm gonna have Zim shout himself out in my self-promotion section. There we go.
You're doing what?
Nothing. You just definitely all by yourself shouted out my self-promotion section. And it's definitely not a link for me to use to get access to your chat.
I don't think I post in your Discord.
You don't think you do?
No.
If you do, you didn't do it this recently.
No, I don't post in your Discord.
Yeah, you do.
I don't generally post in, I don't want to take viewers from you guys that... I don't like using this terminology, but those that are smaller than my channel, I don't want to promote my channel in your Discords.
That is perfectly fair, dude.
Because I don't want to take what you guys have, you know.
That's one of the reasons I don't really self-promote either. Like, not because I don't need the support, but just because, I don't know, like... it doesn't make me feel good to do so. But other people are more than welcome to do it in mine, and other people are welcome to do it in other people's. That's just a me thing. Alright, I think I've got your chat now.
Oh, the inversion. The inversion wouldn't be so bad if not for the fact that it is one axis.
I'm trying to figure out if I can turn your chat. Do you happen to know how to pin your chat?
What do you mean pin it?
Well, I wanna pin your chat so that way it doesn't go away every time I click on something.
Like on the screen itself?
No, like in terms of the windows, like the stacked windows. You know how, on your desktop, if you click on a window, other windows will disappear? I want to do it where I click on other windows, yours does not disappear. It doesn't get, like, cycled to the back, you know?
Ah.
Hello.
Hey guys, what's going on in here? I heard you needed a nerd.
Man.
Well, hello there.
Windows can't do that natively.
Yeah.
Do it.
Some programs do. I was hoping this one might.
Yeah, some programs do, but they're weird and special and stuff. Windows doesn't do it natively. You need to do special stuff to work.
Alright, looks like I gotta re-download desk pins then.
Yeah, that's one of them. You can also do that little weird trick where you take the chat and you pin it to the side of the screen, but it's weird to do that in a way that actually matters. Like every time I've tried to do it, it's basically said, "Here, have half the streamer's screen."
Annoying.
Yeah. If it's my stream, I can do it with the OBS by popping it out the chat and stuff, but it's not.
We are getting a lot of background noise there from you, Lightpaw.
Are you still?
Like can opening and
Alright,
stuff.
that should do it.
I was pacing. I'm sorry.
Let me make sure the sound is doing okay. Laggy voice echo? Okay. Yeah, that should fix that. Alright, I set it up to where I can see your chat and mine.
Hooray!
Yay.
Hey!
What do you mean, Gib Gab? Oh, I need to remove some of those coupon codes from that. Most of those are no longer valid.
Yeah, right?
There. Updated.
Yay.
Yeah, let's see how many you've sent in my chat, Gib Gab. Oh. Teehee. Is my Umbreon being cozy? I don't know. Looks like it. I've not touched him.
I like chilling with Umbreon whenever I can. Just nice and cozy.
Put on some light snow to work with the, little December jazz.
Oh my gosh, guys.
What's up?
They are throwing so many things at me! Thank you for the support.
Ever people start tossing Pokeballs at me? Apparently, GibGab says they've sent 1,488 into my chat. They really want to send more messages now to get rid of that number. Hello, Basswood. Welcome back. Brian! Brian! Hey, come here. Congratulations, GibGab. You have now sent 1,491 messages.
Oh, hi. The forced card pack opening always startles me.
I'm tempted to put Tabasco sauce in this pasta salad because it's a little lackluster on the flavor.
Oof.
Heck yeah, Albrecht. Albrecht's got 3,135 messages with 400 hours on the channel.
I'm hunting where that is right now.
Which, I'll be honest, Albrecht, that's a surprising amount of messages. Not because you're not a consistent viewer, but because I didn't think you actually talked that much. Huh, goes to show me.
It's pretty impressive. I don't think I've got 3,000 messages on my channel like ever, but
Never know. Maybe somebody will surprise you.
I almost watch every single day of the year. Twitch. I missed 4 days.
Brian, what were you doing during those 4 days?
I have no
Okay.
idea.
I'm just gonna sit here. Oh, you were probably at the convention. You went to FWA.
That's probably it. Yeah, FWA.
Convention, or you had to do like a long car drive for your brother or something?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was convention. Oh, no. Yeah, no. The only 4 days that I wasn't able to watch were the 4 days I was driving, like, to the con.
I got a
going
new
home.
tail. Wiggle, wiggle, wag,
then
wag,
just
wag,
driving back.
basswood.
Haha.
Enjoy being
Alright,
petted
guys.
and loved and all the things. What's up, Zim?
Shadow Wolf 149 is sending love to everyone.
I'm gonna go through my Twitch recap real quick.
Oh,
Sure.
boy. Rygon, one of your emotes was in my top 5. Let's go. The heart.
Brian.
I'm not surprised. I got some good ones.
Yes.
Let me.
Sorry.
Alright. 2024. According to Twitch chat, whether you streamed, watched, chatted, or lurked, 2024 on Twitch wouldn't have been the same without you. Let's recap, shall we? Kappa, oh great, another brand with a recap? Oh. Okay.
Oh, boy.
PogChamp, you choose your recap. Let's go. Well,
Click on viewer. I'm very curious first.
True.
viewer, alright.
I'm not
Our-
quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay, Alexa. Alright, so, viewer, best times of the year. I apparently spent 2,765 hours watching other channels. Distinct days visited, 354. Top categories of the year apparently were Guild Wars 2, Art, Fortnite, apparently, Pathfinder, RimWorld, and there's just a goat. Favorite streamers of the year. Most watched channel would be Rex. Yeah, that makes sense. He and I stream a lot, and I have his chat open. Though I love how the top emotes used are all my emotes in his chat.
raid messages.
What?
Raid messages.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
raiding him.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hours watched, 493. Second up was Rygon with 226 hours watched.
Hey.
Then Ren
If
with
I didn't end up in the top 3 there, I would have been sad.
Then Ren with 200 hours, New Year's Kitsune with 163, and Era with 143.
So we can clearly see which of your pets you love the most.
No. Seriously, not okay.
Okay. Sorry.
I do not like favorites at all. But anyways, I have sent 6,767 messages.
Man.
No.
Razim Shout was used, or I used it 1,081 times. Followed by Razim Lick at 982, then my Laugh emote at 592, the Squeaky at 499, and Beans at 250.
I wonder if it's counting the uses on your stream. Because the Razim shout would make a lot of sense since you used it as part of shoutouts.
I don't know if this includes my chat or not, but probably. Raijin! And yeah, that is my most common raid emote, so it makes sense that that is the most common one there.
Hi,
Emote Artist of the Year. Emotes attributed to you 3. Times your emotes were used, 6,826.
Those are rookie numbers. We need to get those numbers up.
I know at least a third of those are probably in my channel.
I gifted 56 subs. I contributed to 43 hype trains. Okay, don't care about the moderator stuff. Based on all this recap data, this year you were the Chatty Quest Companion of the Year. Okay then.
Heck yeah.
Now for the streamer one.
Yay!
I streamed 3,062 hours this year. Total streams 365. Distinct days streamed 353. Total hours watched 98,800. So I guess that's what you guys have all spent watching. Thank you.
Well,
Top categories, of course, art. I guess I was in the top 10% for art. Tabletop RPGs, makes sense. Then Guild Wars 2, Super Animal Royale, and Cosmeteer. Those all make sense. Top stream of the year. My top stream reached 247 viewers.
Heck yeah, man.
Well,
That's double what mine was.
That's great and all, but I'm wondering what I did on that day. Or when it
You
was.
probably just had a bunch of streams all at once, or a bunch of raids.
Probably.
yeah.
Because I know for me, like, I reached 114, I think, and I know for a fact that wasn't just me doing my thing. It was because of a raid.
Yeah. Top tags of the year. Furry, Variety, and TTRPG. Makes sense. There were 267,000 chat messages sent.
Let's go.
Top channel emotes of the year. The Lick one at 6,246 times used. Followed by Laugh at 3,488. Then the Paint Dance emote at 3,063. The Duke one at 2,555. And the Excited emote at 2,544. If I can talk. Your biggest fans of the year.
Oh gosh.
Rin the Katatato. Shadow Wolf 149.
Oh.
Dragon God of Centaurs?
Yeah, he pops up on my channel too, and I'm like, what? When did he ever talk?
Lurk.
Yeah, it must be a lurker. I don't know if I've ever seen them speak up.
Yeah, very awesome that he's hung out on both of our channels, unless he's like one of those bots that hangs out in everyone's channels.
Might be. But either way, then we have Lightning Dragon, Merle, Burnin' Sun. Yeah, Burnin' Sun, I swear you're always lurking out there, just waiting for me to mention Factorio. The moment that...
What?
Yeah, the moment I mention Factorio, most often, Burnin' just pops up in the chat. Then we have Candy Floss Mango, Raijin, and Ido. Honestly, I'm surprised Geeman is not on this list.
True.
Is that game in? You gotta step it up.
Upgraded to voice, like on voice.
What was that?
Didn't Gaiman kind of like get upgraded from just general chatter to voice person?
No.
Oh, well, fair enough. I'm surprised too then, because I know for like some of my viewers have dropped off in terms of their chatting because they're on voice. So why would they chat when they're on voice, right?
Fair enough. And that's fair, Toshime. Collaborations of the year. 99 collaborations.
Oh.
I collaborated with Wicked Whiskers 63 times, Raijin 34 times, and Conrad 28. I'm fairly certain it was a lot more than that.
Barely half of one. We couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got it figured out, though.
I received 903 raids. 59 of those were from Rex, 52 were from Kenku, and 45 were from Ren. That makes sense.
Right.
Raid sent, 335. Who did you raid? New Year's Kitsune at 37, Rygon at 29, and Rex at 21. It makes sense that the top 3 are really low because I do my best to spread it out as much as possible.
You do, which is genuinely very good of you.
New Year's just gets the most.
Cute Faith.
New Year's just gets the most because most often when I'm done streaming, they're like the only one on.
Honestly, same. He was one of my top 3 too. I think so are you, but that's just because I don't raid out so frequently.
Yeah.
Unless I feel like I've got something decent to offer. So yeah.
Clips made
like
of you.
He's just on.
702. Unique Clippers, 51. My top viewed featured clip of the year. Can I play this? Oh, I can't. Oh, there it goes.
And it may or may not have something to do with tabletop.
Nice.
Okay, cool. That's you gonna give us any details?
More specifically Warhammer, but
it's going through the ceiling.
Specifically Warhammer, Fantasy, or 40K?
Yeah.
One sec.
Look outside.
Oh, right, that was you talking in the clip.
And it may or may
not. This was me doing Supermarket Sim, and I got tired of, people giving me the $100 bills for a $5 item. Mm-hmm. So I decided to just try and pay them in all change. And it was just a giant stack of pennies, and then I eventually went to other coins, and it started going through the roof.
You gave them a copper mine.
There's no talkie icons. I'm sorry.
High scores of the year. New followers, 948. New subscribers, 301. Hype trains, 89. Points spent in your channel, 13.2 million. I wonder how many of them popped up just in the last couple of months with the potions.
That's a good question.
Probably a fair few.
Based on all this recap data, this year you were the Clippable Rating Fine Artist of the Year. I don't think I'm the artist,
that's a different title
but...
than what I got.
Hey.
I'll need to take a look to see what mine was. Give me a second.
Why is there AI-generated thumbs up?
Oh, no.
That's creepy.
That's creepy as heck.
I'm sure it's not actually AI-generated, but just the fact that it's got 3 thumbs immediately makes me think AI generation.
So, would you like to know what my stats were?
Absolutely.
So
Well,
I had, go ahead.
Real quick, let me check out the community one real fast.
Sure.
I don't know what this includes, but... Oh, this is for all of Twitch. Okay. I don't care that much about that.
Yeah.
Alright, carry on.
Oh, okay. Alright, so... I had 269 new followers, which is a little more than I thought I did.
Nice.
Wow, really? Only 269, though? I had a huge bump in, like, the first year, and then it just petered, which is okay. 24.9 thousand hours watched. 146 new subscribers. My top 10 categories was makers and crafting, which makes sense, because I was on a world building stint there. Just chatting because that's my general go-to. Something random, writing and reading, and contraband police. Oh yeah, I was on contraband police for a good while, getting the achievements for it. I had 393 total streams. So I had multiple streams in some days, apparently. 80.3 thousand total chats were sent. Apparently there was 40 clips. And my top channel emote was the Pet Umbreon. My title of the year is Clippable Indie Gamer of the Year. Oh, who are my top viewers? Sure, let's scroll back up here. My top viewers were... Neo, Dragon God of Centaur. See what I mean? He pops up on mine too. I do things. Candy Floss Mango, Dear Guardian, Brian, Lucci, Plutarch, and Time Frame, which makes a lot of sense. All of those are my regular viewers.
Very nice.
Yep. I won't go into like everything, because a lot of this stuff is just, junk to me. But yeah, those were my stats.
I just checked. I had 20 chats.
Yeah, and Zim, you were one of my top 3 people I rated, and top 3 people that rated me.
How many times did you raid me?
How many times did you raid me? What didn't you say? 29?
I think it was 29 or something, yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to know how many times I rated you, I rated you 5.
Oh.
To be fair though, dude, I only sent out like 25 raids, so you're literally like 1/5 of my raids. Everyone else gets like 2, 1. Yeah, apparently I received 184, so I guess I should raid a little bit more often. 393 streams only rates for a fraction of them. Honestly, that's because when I'm done with stream, I'm kind of done with stream. I don't want to do more after. Then I'm not the biggest fan of, like, for at least for me, I don't care if other people do it. I'm not the biggest fan of, like, me coming in and I've only got, like, hey, here's 5 viewers, have fun. Like, I don't know, if I'm gonna raid someone, I want to give them a decent amount. So I try to aim for, if I have like 10 or higher, I try to do a raid.
That is fair.
But the networking, I mean, I stream this for a hobby. I'm not as passionate about the networking like other people. It's not like anybody's ever going to come on and be like, hey, you should join our Twitch group or anything like that. Unless you're trying to scam me anyway.
Hey, Ragon, you should join our Twitch group.
What? Well, what is your group anyway?
It's just EGF Gaming. Oh, you mean the Twitch team.
Yeah, the Twitch team. That's what I'm talking about.
The League of Vaguely Evil.
Fair enough. Yeah, there's like a few furry teams out there and whatnot, but I've never been invited to any of them, and I've never reached out, so... Meh.
I feel like it'd be rude for me to reach out for them because, like, I sometimes can't raid because I don't have enough people watching me.
You can always raid. You can always...
No! You need at least 3 watchers.
No.
Oh, they must have changed that. Because I've been rated before with only like 1 to 2.
Yeah, I get rated with 1 to 2 all the time.
Cute Faith says that I'm their top watched. Aw.
Aw.
Big hugs, Cute Faith. You're cute.
I mean, it's literally...
Oh, I bet what it is... I bet what it is whoever's rating you is rating you with people that are already watching you.
No.
Sounds about right.
You are able to raid no matter how many viewers you have, but it does depend on the channel itself. People, you know, streamers can set it up so it will auto decline raids if you have less than so many viewers that you're bringing in. I personally do not do that.
Because raids are a big interruption, yeah.
I personally have I handle those that are really small differently than I do bigger ones, obviously.
Yeah. And for me, I because that whole networking thing, I try to treat them all relatively equally, but if I were to ever grow big enough and, you know, had more consistent raids and whatnot, I'd be doing the same, just because it takes a lot out of you to, you know, stop the stream, say, hey, thank you for the raid, how's your community, thank you for sharing, you know, what were you streaming, yada yada. Hey, Tofu. And yes, I do stream consistently, pretty much every day. And according to my Twitch recap, more than every day. Which probably says a lot about me and how my real life is going. You booped the Ragon? Me.
It occurs to me that the other times I wasn't allowed to raid.
Yeah, there's been a few times I haven't been allowed to raid either, but that's just because people necessarily have their settings set to special things.
Really, Toshibe? Thank you for the raid.
Well, that already proves the other theory I had wrong, so.
Simon Red is the third live streamer of the year. Oh, cool. I don't know who that is, and nor do I particularly care. Yeah, Cute Faith, make sure to be careful when shouting out other streams. It is considered a little rude to talk about other streams in a person's Twitch stream channel.
It's considered very rude.
Yeah.
It's just one of the reasons that I'm only bringing it up now, because we're talking about streaming stuff.
Yeah, it's something that will get you banned in most chats. I'm more lenient about it, but if it keeps happening, you will get a ban.
Yeah. Because, like, imagine if you're, like, going to somebody's house and they've cooked you a nice home-cooked meal, and you're like, oh, wow, this stuff is good, but not as good as, like, my grandma's. That'd be like, okay, well, you could just march right on out the door and go eat your grandma's then.
Yeah.
Tofu, I am currently in a different individual's. I'm currently actually in Zim's chat right now, so we will not be able to talk right now. If Zim should ever like log off, or if I pop out of his chat, then yeah, we can certainly talk. Yeah, no worries. I know you weren't doing it maliciously or anything, Cute Faith. I'm just simply saying, because if you were to say to go to somebody else's chat, you may not be as lenient about that thing. I know you didn't mean to. I know you were just being curious and kind. I'm just simply saying just for your benefit. Oh, Zim, I actually had somebody else come onto my stream the other day, and they were like, they spoke in like French or something, and I'm like, oh, well, what did you say? This is English only channel. And they're like, well, I like trains. And then one of my mods, I think it was Brian here, actually translated, and it's like, they actually said like, you make them very uncomfortable. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, people don't know how to use Google Translate.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna get away with such like childish antics?
It wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't? Oh, darn. It must have been like Neo. I know it was one of my mods at the time. I was also doing trains at that time. Why am I in the Dust Bowl? Zim, I'm in a Dust Bowl. In winter.
Dust Bowls get winter too.
It was Toshime.
Toshime? Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you so much for being on point with that, Toshime, by the way. You are awesome.
Plus, I mean, it's not like they were...
Toshime is a fantastic bean, especially when giving shoutouts. He's very on point with those. Speaking of Toshime, give a shout out for Rygon, please.
No. Alright, fine, Toshime. Give a shout out for Zim. Me. At least I think you're a mod on my channel. I'm pretty sure you are.
It does not look like
he is not.
You wrong?
I could have sworn I made him a mod.
I mean, an obvious solution presents itself.
True.
Speedrun.
Oh my.
I don't have access to my other keyboard at this moment.
Wait, would this be one with a clip or no clip?
I mean, we got Zim right here. Zim is a clip.
True.
Yeah, we don't need a clip right now. But yeah.
Merle, I wanted Toshime to do it.
Apparently Toshime's into war. Who knew?
It's alright, Toshime. Merle. Derp. Oh god, my body hurts.
I'm sorry, dude.
Also, holy crap, you guys have bombarded me with so much stuff. Thank you. But also, oh god, I don't have anywhere to put it all. My poor shop is so packed.
My streams are very interesting, Cute Faith. I appreciate the compliment. I do try my best to make sure that my streams are, at the very least, a chill place for people. But I highly recommend you check out Zim's streams too. We have different energy, but he's been doing it much longer than I am, and he's got his formula down pat. I know you'll enjoy it.
Wait, Toshime, were you actually looking to do a proper shout out this time? You never do a proper shout out. Of course, the one time I'm gonna point it out, you go to do an actual one.
Oh, this is definitely a problem to have. Cute Faith says, I gotta charge my iPad and I don't want to leave the blankets, but I must do it to save my iPad from dying on me in the middle of your stream. I'm like, oh, yep, that's a big problem right there. I don't blame you. I would want to stay in the cozy warmth too.
So true.
The only complication that's missing is that if you had a cat on your lap too.
I'm sure they probably do. I know they have a cat.
It would just be impossible to move then.
For real.
Furry, did you like send one of every item you could? By the way, guys, don't forget we're trying to get to crowd control partner. But I cannot do it without you guys. Let me go double check where we're at. We're at 7 out of 15.
You know how much trouble it is to go make 14 other accounts in order to get yourself up to partner? That's a lot of trouble.
That was a joke, Frank, the crowd control agent.
They're like NSA.
Watching everything you say.
Oh god. Hi.
What's up? Hello?
Well, somebody spawned a box in front of my head.
Oh.
A very freaking big box. What the frick?
You know...
There's another store in it.
You know, Zim, they actually have those like, you know, the items that you have in your store, they're actually shipped in very special boxes. There's a reason why they call them cardboard boxes.
I don't get it. I'm sorry. Okay, I think we've got things restocked and as much on the shelves as I can get. Oh, right, gotta do the cards.
Oh, shoot. No! Ay, and there it goes. I didn't see the signal.
And welcome back, Pikesh.
Oh no.
Thank you kindly.
But I gotta redo that whole one.
Rumi's fed in bed. I'm fed in bed. Ah, much better.
Huggies.
Just
That's the
a...
second time I failed this one.
Oh, sorry, Rygon.
Oh, you're good, man. It's the exact same spot that got me too, but go ahead, you were saying something?
I was just gonna say I'm gonna be going for this game, or with this game, for about another half hour. Maybe slightly longer.
Hey, Blue Talk.
So, if you guys want to achieve that goal of making me say that I'm cute, there you go. You're running out of time.
Why? You just said it.
Yeah, I got enough info for a clip.
Just being a good upper pupper.
Letting your iPad charge and you wait for it to try to be charged. You can use it again. Maybe you'll pass out and go to sleep. You don't know yet. Okay, not give Gab cute faith. Pet. And hey, Plutarch, hope you're having yourself a wonderful day.
Is that a fursuit fund I see?
Yes.
Well.
Oh man, you get all the cool goals. I just get the, hey, you got to spend money to redo your licensure goal. That's a fun one.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, you're okay, dude. Go ahead.
I just kind of have kind of the stars aligned kind of situation here. You know, I got Conrad here for the 3D art to... He was able to put together the base for the head. And I had the sponsorship, like, for Black Friday for a fursuit maker. And I was like, hey, what can we do about getting me a partial? And $600, you know, super discounted. Wait, did I say 600? I mean
affordable.
500.
Yes, you did.
Well, I meant to say 500, but yeah, super affordable. But I need your guys' help for it.
Guys, just look at the chat and clips if you would when you have a chance.
I mean, sure, you can make that clip, Brian, but it's kind of working against what I'm doing here. You know, what I'm trying to achieve. And kind of poor faith. But, you know, go ahead with that clip.
Do it. Make sure it's downloaded.
Pet pupper. Hey, Lexi Duke.
Yeah, Vari. The 500 is going to include a head, tail, hand paws, sleeves. We're still working out the foot paws, but, you know, it is super cheap. They're basically doing it at cost. So, help me get it.
Like something like that should be at least 1,500.
Yeah. Well, actually, based on prices at MFF, for that I'd be looking at closer to 4,000.
4,000? Really? That's seems a bit expensive. About 3,000 for a full soaring.
Prices have been really soaring.
Apparently, damn.
And don't forget, they're going up at least another 20% next year.
Oh, goody. Even further away from me to get a fursuit at some point.
I think the cheapest partial I saw at MFF was about 2,500.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Trust me, cons are already talking about it. It's like, what are we going to have to cut if we have to eat that 20% tariff? We'll just cry.
What?
Yep.
Rygon doesn't know fursuit prices. How is that's not funny? I looked at prices the other day. They were like 3,000 for a full fursuit.
Depends
Granted,
on
it was
the
one of the
maker,
cheaper makers, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an amazing deal that I would really appreciate your guys' help with making actually happen.
Sure thing, Plutarch. Get yourself something to drink.
But yeah, depending on your con next year, folks, have an extra 20% set aside, just in case.
Yeah,
also, guys, don't forget to go support the fursuit maker, you know, that Make Your Tail down in the description. There is a coupon for 15% off that is good for a year.
Ooh, that's a good deal.
I have
Yeah,
driven
no,
back
for-
from Epthicon
Mhm.
where the suit maker was wearing their furry head down the highway. Do not recommend.
That
Yeah, no, that
yeah,
doesn't
that
sound safe.
sounds bad.
Yeah.
Oh, he also didn't sleep the night before, so basically it was like, you just sit
Oh
and babble at
boy, that's that's when you see if one of your roommates can drive instead.
That was a roommate.
Oh no.
So I was designated, just babble in the front seat for 8 hours till we get home. So he decided to
This is the dankest
fursuit head for part of the
dungeon.
drive.
Jim and underscore tipped $5.41. Razim Squeaky.
Geeman, thank you so much for
Geeman.
that tip.
Yeah, trust me, that informal chat some of us con runners have been doing about incoming prices have been like, in bankruptcy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That's not even
Yeah.
including if some cons need to have actual security now because of reasons. Oh boy.
People being stupid reasons or legitimate reasons?
Both.
Legitimate reasons.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
Legitimate on the part of the con staff, not legitimate on the part of the people making the stupid thing happen.
Yeah, but
I
can't
believe the
skip-
coupon code, by the way, for them is Zim Gaming. I've got it in the description of my recent videos on Twitch or on YouTube.
Generously stole.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let
Merl
me pull that up.
underscore
Done.
2009 tipped $20.59.
I could just imagine Merle going, "Curse you, Geeman," with that.
Curse you.
Thank you so much for that tip, Merle.
good Merle.
I am posting it in your channel, Zim, right now. The code and how much off.
Cool.
How did he get past? Oh wait, you don't have the auto sprayers, do you?
No, my shop's too small for it yet. I'm struggling to fit things in here.
Especially the customer's cash. Holy crap!
Yeah, that too.
But yeah. No. Definitely not gonna be able to do a fursuit goal or anything like that anytime soon. Like I said, I've got my licensure thing going. It's the yearly mark, so I gotta spend the cash so I can keep the job.
Mine's a new box spring so I could sleep.
Yeah, that was one of my least parts about when I was a pharmacy technician was that needing to keep the stupid certification up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that, and I'm probably gonna end up paying it twice. One for my my essentially trainee certification, and then another one for my actual certification once I upgrade my licensure. So I've got currently I'm a PCLC, but soon I'll be a LCPC, which means I'll probably have to pay for the PCLC and then make a payment for the LCPC one.
Those were definitely things you just said.
Essentially, the PCLC means that I have a provisional license, so I have to work under someone else. The LCPC means that I'm fully licensed. And both of them, obviously, I'm going to have to probably make a payment on in order to maintain their licensures. One, because I'm not going to be an LCPC before the end of the year. And two, when I do become an LCPC, that still requires me to pay for the licensure. And then continue to pay it every year.
And it's anything like the pharmacy technician license, it's also going to be making you pay for the education to keep the certifications.
The continuing education credits. You got it. That's something. That's actually one of the reasons why I probably won't be doing a lot of streaming in the next week or two. Simply because I gotta attend some online classes and quickly get my CEs out of the way for this year.
Well, if you need a hand from any of us, let us know. You're a good boy.
Well, the class is already paid for. It's just a matter of just actually sitting down and doing it.
Yeah, in other words, morale support.
Yeah.
I was so grumpy when they changed the requirements and made it so that you couldn't get as many credits from free sources for CPHT. That was one of the reasons that I just stopped keeping it up.
I don't blame you.
On top of also making it so that the CPHT CEs couldn't come from the pool, same pool as the pharmacist CPs. Because apparently, if you're studying things that a pharmacist is studying, that's not good enough to be a pharmacy technician who doesn't actually even need to go to school for pharmacy technicians. I know, because I was one.
No, I definitely hear that. I mean, it's like one of the reasons why I get a little uppity at times when I get people who are calling themselves therapists or counselors who haven't had a lick of schooling.
I know I don't have any, which is why I do what little I can, and then if it's bad, here's your crisis lines, and we're real prep.
Like, I don't think people quite understand that my job is more than just simply sitting people down and just talking about, their feelings. There's a lot more to it. It's the guided approach. It's the understanding of mental health disorders. It's understanding the nuances of the mental health disorders. There's the knowledge of appropriate resources. There's the knowledge of where I need to look in order to find adequate therapeutic interventions, and so on and so forth. As well as when to utilize those therapeutic interventions. Like, there's no one catch-all that like one therapeutic intervention works for everybody. That's not how it works.
All of that's before people start treating you like a free therapist because they happen to know you.
And I just passed another signal. Gosh dang it. Let's try it for a fourth time.
Yeah, that's one of the things I don't want to do.
Well, I mean, I had to attend 8 years of schooling for this stuff. 4 years, or 2 years for associates, another 2 years for the bachelor's, and then 4 years for the master's. Like, even if it may not seem like it, I do know my stuff, and that goes for all the professions out there. Like, people don't quite realize just how much people have to work to be licensed. And it's not something that you just always easily want to just toss away.
I mean, and obviously your mileage may vary, because like I said, I was a pharmacy technician. That course took a total of like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Mind you, it was a very, very intense 6 weeks. They pulled me out for a full 8 hours a day doing nothing but pharmacy technician courses.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just for data entry. If I had actually wanted to apply to, say, a pharmacy or a hospital, it would have been another 20 hours on top of that.
Yep.
And all of that for the role that has the least amount of responsibility in the pharmacy industry.
Mm-hmm. It's good to know that people are being educated, though. I don't know how the whole process is, but I know I'd feel safer knowing that there's people who actually know what the heck they're doing behind the counter. Let's see. Gibbon says they got their food handler certification for 20 question thing and a small fee every 3 years. I actually do remember reading a thing on that. That's a scam. the same people who require the courses are the same ones who give the courses. So literally they're forcing you to go in to take a class for a thing that they own.
Duke.
It's not a good thing. Like, if it was an independent resource, that'd be one thing, but it's not. It's literally the company who requires it is the one giving it. Funny that, isn't it?
I mean, when I got my food handlers, it was something that I had to go to the actual Department of Health for.
Yeah, I don't think that's a requirement anymore. I think you can get your food handler certification from the same company who requires it. Or if not, then it's from like a associated company. But either way, it's not an independent company.
Oh, hey, Secret Rue.
I might be wrong, but I do remember that there was something iffy about the whole thing I remember reading about.
I know I did a bartender certification course at one point. I still know the skills from it, but I never got a job from it, and then part of the reason for that is that it was basically a scam. They were charging $200 for what amounted to a drinks mixing kit and a recipe book.
Well, look at how many college professors insist that every year you have to buy new course books when it's the exact same course book, but all they need to do is change the date and the title a little bit. It's a technically new book. Cough up the $200.
Yeah, but you can't blame the professors for that one. They're mandated to require that.
I can when they're getting a 50% rake off.
Well, sure. There's plenty of professors who are kind of scummy that they're the ones who wrote the book, so they get a payback on that one. But like for the ones where that's not the case, you can't blame them for that. Like I'd be attacking the publishers more than I'd be attacking the professors.
Usually, it's the professors who wrote the books themselves that set the publishers up to require that, though.
To an extent, sometimes the publishers are like, "Hey, we need a new edition of the book. Do this, or we'll find somebody who will." So of course they're just going to change a couple of paragraphs because the information hasn't really changed in 500 years.
Hey, Delimited.
Slap a new edition on that. Go ahead.
I was just saying hi to Delimited.
Hello.
But then, of course, you always get the other end of the spectrum where we've gone through, 7 DSMs in the last 20 years?
Mm-hmm. And that one has not been updated nearly enough. They're still just barely looking at some of the controversial diagnoses, and it's like for example, there's one in there that is about internet addiction, right? Which, by the way, everyone is a thing. But they're not as willing to address it simply because it doesn't look as good as some of the classics.
Yeah, and it took a long time and a lot of effort for them to acknowledge gambling addiction as an actual addiction too.
Yeah, and that still has a huge issue with it simply because it's not as well known within the community that it is a genuine addiction and not just simply a character flaw. Like, for example, you have somebody who says "Hey, I spent all the family's money on drugs," and the family will go "Well, that's understandable. We know that you have an addiction. We know you can't always control yourself. That's okay." They're more likely to say that than to say somebody with a gambling addiction, where they go "Hey, I accidentally spent all the family's money on gambling," and they're gonna go "Why did you do that? You POS. You shouldn't have done that. Now we're going to be in the poorhouse." They're less likely to understand.
There are way too many mental illnesses that the general public, though, just ignores.
Yeah.
God, my mom's definitely an example of one that ignores them. I know one of my siblings, I would put money down that he has autism. But he's not gotten any treatment, because I know I got treatment for mine, but that was because I got diagnosed with ADHD, and the therapist that I was seeing for the ADHD was like, "Yeah, you also have this." But like
And
one
as
of
an
my
adult, getting
Go
Good.
ahead.
No, insist after you.
But like for him, he never got any of those diagnoses because he doesn't have the ADHD problems, which, you know, the hyperactivity is definitely something that is far more glaring.
Yeah. I'm very surprised it didn't get caught when he was 3, though. That's usually when a diagnosis of autism gets caught. Or should be caught.
Well, in the case
That's when
of
it's caught.
in the case of my mom, those things disrupt her perfect family view. So she doesn't want to admit that there's anything wrong.
Yeah.
She will go to great lengths to avoid any possibility of admitting that there is something potentially at all wrong with anybody because she wants her, you know, white picket fence, you know, American dream family nonsense.
All the while, I'm sure while she was pregnant, she was probably chugging cigarettes and alcohol like nobody's business.
Thankfully, no.
Good, I'm glad to at least hear that.
Going on to what y'all are talking about with mental issues and everything. What is it? I had somebody, one of my friends, be able to leave the military. The military doesn't bring it up, but, because I found out they had him sign a form saying, hey, all my mental issues were because of me. Meaning that, once he left, he couldn't get any help for, anything dealing with his mental issues that he obviously has.
And of course, if he didn't sign that, it would have been a dishonorable discharge for failing to obey orders.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Plutarch, when it comes to individuals being diagnosed at a young age, we like any professional, and heck, I'd even say school worth a darn, checks for that. Like, there are some very definable checklists that you have to go down when a child reaches around the age of 3 to ensure that if they do or do not have ASD, which is Autism Spectrum Disorder. You know, such things as how are they engaging with their peers? How's their eye contact? How's their emotional reactivity? Is there fixations? Are they lining up their toys? You know, there's very similar behaviors across the board that even though ASD individuals will inevitably not all appear the same, we can still determine, like, yes, there is autism going on here.
I mean, of course, but that's nowadays. You go back 10, 20 years, and those things weren't in place, and the teachers who were in place back then may not be looking for those things even still, especially in rural areas.
Well, and even then, there's the reason why I say someone like me has the professionalism that I do, because, like, say, for example, ADHD and autism, they appear very similar to each other if you don't know what to look out for.
Yeah.
The fixation alone would be something that could confuse a lot of people, because for an individual with autism, their fixation is constant, whereas for an individual with ADHD, their fixation, or rather, I should say hyperfocus, is more in the moment to moment.
I wish I could control mine.
But go ahead, Zim, you were trying to say something?
For me, it was like, the only time I got therapy as a kid was when it was wound up being a situation where I acted up, and either the school or the court or whatever was like, nope, you have to put him to therapy. And it wasn't a matter of we didn't have the money either. It was just, she didn't want to, you know, admit that, hey, there's something wrong with my family.
Yep. Sounds about right. That's the same thing with a lot of the kids I work with, where you get parents who put the blinders on, and they're essentially forced by the courts to, like, say, hey, your kid is going to go in or you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, and for her, it was like, I finally... It was always like I was getting better. I was starting to figure out how everything works with my brain and such. And then the court mandation ends and no more therapy.
And I'm guessing backslide.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Until it wound up with me in juvie for a little bit.
Oh man, I'm just imagining a young Zim, covered in tattoos, heavily smoking a cigarette, just going, "What up, bub?" Silly imagery aside, though, that is a genuine problem, and it's because so many people are spooked by the concept of having a mental health disorder. We are better about it nowadays, but it is still a very significant problem of being a stigma at all. Where you have people who like I for example, my teachings when I was taught to approach counseling in such a way that helped to keep people's like stuff as private as possible. So like, for example, if I were to ever set up a private office, I would actually be encouraged to keep a back door area where clients could leave, so that way they don't get seen by anybody coming into the building for therapy, or at least make it less likely. Like, stigma is a huge thing, and in small towns it's even worse, because everybody's like looking at that stuff and they're just like, oh, you're going in for mental health counseling, that must mean that there's something wrong with you, as opposed to, oh hey, you're just simply receiving a little help.
And it's usually pretty hypocritical too, because a lot of them are taking, Xanax or what have you anyway.
Well, that's because a lot of people look at it as like, well, a pill can fix all my problems, as opposed to, well, there's something I need to work on. Which is, in my opinion, very amusing, considering so many people here in America operate off of the pull yourself up by your bootstraps methodology. You'd think more of them would be more on board to, fix their own issues, as opposed to just simply finding a quick band-aid fix. Plutarch says, my mom straight up told him that your daughter is probably autistic. The doctors were like, yeah, that's just it. And that's why, such things as a psychiatrist exists. Because that is a doctor who's been specifically trained in mental health. Just the same as, like why it irks me that there are therapists and counselors out there who have the title but aren't therapists and counselors in the professional sense. It's just muddling the waters and people get confused. They're like, well, my counselor over here said that they don't have such and such, and I'd be like, well, I'm very clearly seeing that they have such and such disorder. I don't know what kind of counselor you were working with, but they were not a professional counselor. Like, this is textbook like kind of stuff here. And some people don't even know like how to even look out for certain disorders. Like I've had some clients come across my board where they've been given certain disorders that have nothing to do with what's actually going on. Like, what was one example? I remember one that came in that had a diagnosis of OCD despite having no ritualized behaviors.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that before.
Likes to arrange yeah, exactly. They're like, well, she kind of likes to arrange things. It's like, well, that's not the same as OCD though.
Wait, hang on. My husband has no OCD. He doesn't really do the ritualized thing either. He's just very, very obsessive about certain triggers that contribute to panic attacks for him.
Yeah. There are two different kinds of OCD. One of them relies very heavily off of the ritualized behavior. The other one operates very much off of the soothing type. Generally, you see a mixture of the two, where an individual finds themselves being soothed by the ritualized behaviors, So while it's not necessarily a you have to have it, you will generally see some semblance of it within their day-to-day activities. The issue becomes not whether or not they have it, but whether or not it's getting in the way of them actually being able to operate in their day-to-day life. Like if you're spending so much time washing your hand 50 times a day, as opposed to like, doing your job or taking care of the home, then you've got an issue that needs to be addressed.
Yeah. There's a whole big kettle of fish.
Mm-hmm.
And even nowadays, it's still really difficult for people who didn't get those diagnoses as kids to get them as adults.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go through, I think it was 4 mental health professionals before one of them was like, oh, yeah, no. I don't know what that guy was saying, that you were borderline ADHD. It's clearly impacting your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've known that since I was 10, thank you.
That's one of the reasons why I operate off of the clinically significant model. Like, everyone's going to have quirks of some sort or another. Those quirks don't matter until they start getting in the way of you being able to live life, like being able to take care of yourself, getting in the way of you being able to sustain schooling, job, love life, or home life. The basics, the basic ASLs, which to anyone out there, I believe it means, God, what was it? Standards of not standards of assisted living. I can't remember, but it was something about living, like daily. ADLs, that's right.
The hell?
What is it?
There is just a floating dice thing.
It's magical dice.
Magic.
Don't touch it. It's full of
Yeah,
concentrated evil. Don't touch it.
You'd be surprised. There is literally an entire industry out there dedicated to helping out adults who've just become diagnosed with ADHD or with autism or something like that. Because quite frankly, our mental health is back in the day was just laughable, and they did not pick up on even the basics. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I blame the professions themselves necessarily. We're still learning. We're still trying to figure out what is ADHD, what is autism. So it's very well that they didn't have the information or the training necessary for that stuff. But at the same time, nowadays, now that we do, letting that stuff slip by is irresponsible at best. And very, very damaging at worst.
See you later, Conrad. Thanks for the good work today.
Kindle says, you're the opposite. After like 15 years on Ritalin, you refuse to take meds, you don't even like taking antibiotics. And that's fine, Kindle. If you're operating just fine without your meds, great. If you aren't, though, then it probably means that you need to look in for a readjustment. But that's your life, your deal. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But definitely don't go about hurting yourself just because you don't like taking a pill. It always just astounds me when some people are like, oh, well, I'll just suffer through this headache, or I'll just suffer through this pain. When it's like, why? Where is literally the glory or the dignity in just simply allowing yourself to suffer when you could just take a quick pill and relieve yourself of that burden so you can live life?
I know for me, I am okay with taking meds, but I do make it, I do my best to make it clear to doctors and such that, hey, this is a band-aid. I want this to be a band-aid to get me through the worst of it. I don't want it to be the solution.
Yeah. You say side effects. Go ahead.
Like if it does wind up being, the only solution, then fine, but I would rather try to work through this stuff instead of just patching it up with a Band-Aid.
And that's perfectly fine. The kind of thing that I'm talking about is like, oh, hey, I'm actually in a decent amount of pain right now, but I refuse to take even a Tylenol to help relieve some of it. Even though that's literally what it's for, and, you don't take it nearly often enough to give yourself liver damage. That's the kind of person I'm talking about. I'm not talking about somebody who's in, like, in such chronic pain that they're like, well, why should I bother taking this pain medication? I know it's only going to give temporary relief. I'd rather find an alternative solution. That's legitimate. I'm talking about people who allow themselves to suffer needlessly for absolutely no reason.
There's also kind of the other end of the spectrum where there are conditions that there isn't really a permanent quote-unquote fix because it's not the kind of imbalance that can be treated that way. Like, you can learn coping mechanisms for ADHD, for instance, but it's not going to go away. You're not going to ever really be in a position where the brain's chemistry works the same way that somebody else's does until the brain's chemistry just stops working.
Yeah. Toshima, you're talking about some pretty heavy, like, painkillers there. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. There are legitimate consequences to taking or not taking that stuff. I'm just talking about Tylenol or ibuprofen, the basics.
I will say that I've been struggling to get it re-prescribed, but I did... Before I moved to Nebraska, my doctor was prescribing hydrocodone on a chronic basis for me. But but for me, it's like, I'm in constant pain. Whatever the source whatever it is specifically, every moment of every day is pain. But for me, it's like, it's a mental disorder that's causing it. Unfortunately, the only treatment for it is improvement of quality of life. Which, kind of hard to do in America.
Tell me about it.
I do the best I can. It's kind of why, like, something that a lot of people haven't understood is, when I get art, that is me treating this. Instead of taking pain meds every day, it's like the art gives that boost of quality of life, basic. Huh?
Yeah, it's probably dopamine that you're getting, which does act as a pain relief.
Yeah.
Yep, I was just about to say art endorphins.
I know I've struggled with quite a few people over that because they're like, you spend so much on art, and I'm like, yes, but it's either that or I am existing on pain meds every day.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm perfectly fine with you doing whatever. Don't get me wrong, it concerns me, but so long as you're not putting yourself out of house and home, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I think I've mentioned that as much to you.
Yeah, and I am careful about it. But it's still one of those that I know that I am not, I am struggling financially a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still a matter of, I'd rather not take the pain meds on a chronic basis.
Yeah.
Because
pretty little scene. Go ahead.
Like, and actually, it's one of those things where just having the meds on hand makes the symptoms better.
Yep. you're operating off of what we call divorcism. It's where having the possibility of divorce actually makes the likelihood of divorce, well, less likely, simply due to the fact that you know that you have that escape there if you need it. So it actually makes people more likely to go through their marriages because they have that relief on hand. You're looking at some of the same thing. Having those pain meds helps out with your mental state simply because you're like, well, I know if it gets really bad, I can always just take one of these and I'll feel a little bit better. So just by having that knowledge, you feel better.
Yeah.
It's an interesting little psychological trick.
I know my doctor back in Utah was happy to prescribe it because he was looking at it and he's like, yeah, you're not taking it that much. You come in like once every year or a few months or 6 months or so and get like 10 pills and you're good. However, depending on life at the time.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm definitely not taking it every day. But unfortunately, getting my doctors here to recognize that has been... They keep putting me on other things, and these other things do nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's why you always have them documented. Have them document their decision making, so that way the next time you go to the next doctor, you can say, like, if they try to bring it up, you can say, no, look at my records, we tried that.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it'll help to save you time from retreading the exact same ground.
Yeah. He documented it well, but apparently the new doctors just didn't care.
Yeah. In which case, then that's what you do. You make sure to have them documented so that they know that if they F up, it's on them.
Yeah.
That's why I always tell people, like, get what your doctor's decisions are in writing. Make sure they put it on your record, so that way if something happens to you, they get pinned for it. And generally a lot of doctors will go like, oh, you're actually going to hold me responsible for this. Here, how about we actually do the thing that you came here for?
Yeah, I know my...
Not necessarily in, like, pain meds, but, like, just in general. Go ahead.
My freaking dentist. Like, I'd been trying and struggling to get that, a prescription of Norco again. And I go into the dentist one time, and he's like, here, have some Norco. Oh.
Right.
Okay. And I'm still sitting on, I took, like, 2 pills out of it for the actual problem that he gave it to me for. And now it's just sitting here. And the pain has been so much less. Because it's
good
on hand. I have the option.
Train.
Actually, heard recently that a similar thing helps with panic attacks sometimes.
Yes.
That if you tell yourself, okay, I know this is about to happen, I can just have the panic attack and then be done with it later, and that's okay. And apparently that helps people who have panic attacks regularly to not have them as often.
Yep. You're absolutely correct. That's why it's the #1 recommended way of dealing with panic attacks, because there's no pill that's going to do it. And I can't just, like, teach people, like, here's a magic coping skill. Now get out there, Tiger. Literally, that is the recommended thing to do. Is I help teach clients go like, I'm having a panic attack, and that's okay. I will make it through. I will survive. While it may be overwhelming in the moment, I will get through it unscathed. Because that's honestly where a lot of the worry comes from, is like they're worried that they're going to fall over, or they're worried that they're going to make a fool of themselves, and the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
For me, I've got severe anxiety as well, and it was the same situation with my doctor back in Utah, where he would prescribe me both Norco and Xanax. And it was the same situation with both of them, where he'd give me like 12 pills and I'd come in 6 months to a year later and be like, yeah, I ran out. Can I get more? And just having them on hand made everything so much easier. Not taking them, having the option. Though, on the flip side, if you guys knew how much Tylenol and ibuprofen I go through in a year,
That's why next time you go into your doctor, you should probably get checked for liver. Make sure that thing's still ticking alright.
Yeah, they do blood draws about once a year, and I'm like, hey, check everything. You're gonna be able to, I'm gonna be able to summon up the strength to let you poke me once this year. Get everything checked. Oh, jeez, Secret Roo. I probably would not have heard you, to be honest. Well, actually, no. My name, calling out my name does typically get my attention.
Yep, that is called the cocktail effect. Or the cocktail party effect, my bad.
It's one of the 2 reasons that I don't like my name, actually.
Very common.
It is both common, and there is a very, very common turn of phrase that contains my name. Just accidentally. Just for the record, my first name is Justin.
Ah.
And yeah, you can see why I don't like that. I'll be in the middle of a crowd and I hear somebody say just in case. I'm like, what? Huh? Such a headache.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm thankful to have my name. My name's pretty unique.
Oh, hey, New Year's.
Hi, New Year.
It's the #1 rated target himself.
I'm gonna head out because I'm just gonna get some sleep before an event.
Sleep well.
Sure thing, Brian.
Go sleepy, pupper.
Oh yeah, Toshime, I have never heard that one before, ever.
Go sleepy. Thank you, Seamus, for pasta and boobs.
You want a unique Justin joke?
Rather not, honestly. Especially since I probably already heard it.
Alright, let me summon the Rygoniisms.
If you're coming out to FE in a couple months, Heather's gonna be there along with the rest of the gaggle.
She was one of the first furry artists that I discovered that kind of really piqued my interest in the fandom.
She is a sweet lady.
So your job is that you tend to work over on water, right?
For the sake of your joke.
You're like one of those what do they call it, like wetland lumberjacks. So I guess that means that you must be Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, haven't heard that one before.
Oh, you haven't? Ah. I'll have to think of a better one later. Well, at least it's better than my other joke, which was just to call you just income poop.
I actually haven't heard that one before, but I really wouldn't have appreciated it. Thank you.
Exactly, that's why I didn't say it. Come on. Oh, thank God.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How do I do this? I pressed the emergency stop button. That was a mistake.
Oh, nice, New Year's. What'd you get me? Because I'm totally on your list, right?
Yay! Prezzies! I get none this year because Post is on strike. Ray.
Blame the conditions, not the workers, if you can.
Oh, I don't blame the workers. It's now become a cumulative. You can't even get stuff from the state set up now because Pure Later and UPS said, we don't want to backlog our warehouses with a bunch of Canadian products, so we're just not going to pick them up. I was like, okay. I don't hate the player, hate the game.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, howdy do we hate the game.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess it's fair, because the game hates us, too.
It's just like, yeah, 3 weeks before Christmas, you guys go on strike. Okay, that, it'll last a couple days. Both sides will haggle. It'll get settled. 3.5 weeks later, here we are. Nothing.
That's not how it goes, because that's literally how these things go. They try to outweight the workers, try to put social pressure on them, so that way they break naturally without them actually having to change anything. They'll make conditions unbearable, and then people will get on the workers' case and go like, well, I haven't been able to get this, blah, blah, blah. And the workers are like, we're literally doing this so we can survive. Like, they can't
Well, that's not my concern.
Yeah.
Seda!
It does Tiki Pop.
Oh. Dang it. Gib Gab.
You did say you were planning to cut out about now anyway.
Well, I was planning to switch to a game that I got for... God, but that sounds so much fun. But then again, are you even up for that, Seda? Hi, Wernie. Not often you're in chat there, Wernie. You're not gonna come take your pillow nest spot up?
I mean, I guess I could get off of the pillow nest. I'm gonna stop talking.
Aha. Okay, well, it's a good thing I got a black light at the con, because we may need to go do some cleaning of the pillow nest, apparently. For the record, please do not do that in the ZGF pillow nest, everyone. It's just gross.
No, that's why I was clarifying. I wouldn't do that in the pillow nest. That I have my own room for that. It's under your cabinets.
Oh, well, there's one of my good boys. Hey there, Artie.
Consider it's Alexi. Instead of a dark light, would that be a Duke light?
No.
You had to struggle on that one.
Man, I can't get this train moving. I accidentally pressed the emergency. I accidentally pressed the emergency brake and I can't get it going again.
Honestly, Seda, that works for me. I've got a developer sent me a game to stream for them, and I was actually kind of looking forward to checking it out. But at the same time, StarCraft 2 co-op campaign sounds really fun. Hanging out with friends is always better.
True. And I hope you're safe, Wernie. There's badness coming your way.
Is the weather doing it bad again?
Alright, guys.
Trying to basically...
Mark it down on your bingo cards. Pikesh talked about the weather.
Well, yeah, because Burnables under severe storm watch, hurricane force winds, rain, snow, freezing rain, stuff.
Actually, he's not at his normal home right now.
Oh, I did
Yeah.
not know that.
He talked about it a whole bunch about how he had to go on a business trip to Alabama.
Yeah, but I didn't know if he was back yet.
Oh.
Just came in and went chi, so I'm like, okay, better warn, just in case.
I'm pretty sure he would be aware, though.
Yes, he's aware of them.
Yes, he is aware of them all. And he is aware of the weather going on outside if he were dealing with that. You're curious to see what... Oh, what the game is? Oh, I think you'll like it, New Year's. Based on what I've seen you stream.
When he gets wet, we call him a wash and wear animal.
Chi. Chi.
Oh, well, there he is. Wernie, it's not done in the wash yet. Sorry. You're gonna have to wait to sleep.
Okay.
Hello, Wernie.
Then again, I guess I could let you sleep on my lap.
Yay.
I got spare blankies just out of the wash, too.
Blue Talk's asking, weird question, how did you make your Tails channel point redemption? I used a program called StreamerBot, and I finangled with things in there to make it. I can show you how later, if you'd like.
That response is kind of like me when people are like, how did I do the TF talkies? And I'm like...
About a 1 to 3 days process of doing it manually. Sure, there's plenty of tutorials when it comes to StreamerBot, and honestly, it's not that complicated of a program. It's just, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's gonna be finagling. There, I got the train going again, yay! I definitely did just replace the train with a brand new train.
Of course not, who just replaces trains?
Bakesh talking bingo spots. Rumi, pasta, lasagna. I love how you separate pasta and lasagna. Weather, blanket, offers talkies on Discord. House chores, X company sucks, offers food or snacks. I also love how you separated out pasta and lasagna from offers food or snacks.
Well, you could also put down talks about spaghetti, like using taco meat as spaghetti meat. Though that one hasn't come up in a little bit, so I'd put it in the free bingo space. Sorry, Bakesh, you do talk a lot about the same things.
Hopefully I'll see you pack at FE if I'm able to go.
So,
I hope so too.
Bakesh, I do want to make sure you're aware. We mean this with all the affection. You are delightful to hang out and chat with.
Yeah,
it's playful teasing.
Better this. Yeah, better this than, like, say, political talk or somebody who does nothing but complain about their life.
I would look at Brian with that, but he has been so much better about that.
Oh,
He's been a much better.
addressed
He's
it
been a
with
good
him.
boy.
Yeah. I've addressed it with him, and he's more aware. He does it a little bit more on occasion, but it's still not like he used to.
I haven't heard him talk about politics, period. I must blink out on those.
Well, no, not politics.
Not politics, the quality of his life. He tends to dramatize.
It was like, for a while there, literally every time he joined me on voice, it's like, I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna suck. Today's gonna suck. Etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, I know he kind of means well, but he kind of gets wrapped up in his own problems sometimes and forgets that, hey, that may not always be what we want to hear on stream.
He's also
on occasion it's one thing, yeah, and that's why we're working with him on it instead of just tossing him out or something like that. He's young. He's still learning.
Those chairs look terrible.
Yes, they do.
My back is already feeling it.
Heck yeah, Kendall. Ground beef, leftover taco meat, leftover manwich, and ground sausage fried spaghetti. Ooh, I wonder where I'm on the bingo board. I know I talk about mental health sometimes, maybe a little bit of TF, maybe a pun here or there, though, you know, I don't know.
Well, I had really good like tacos today. They had catering from a taco place at work today.
Nice.
Oh, I know that game, Gab. I know it painfully. Convention-wise. What are all those old creepy people doing at the con? They're called staff.
Yeah, they're literally the ones who formed the fandom. Give them some respect, whippersnapper.
Yeah, but they're creeping me out. Oh, you can go home then.
Wow, this old guy looks old.
Oh, I know. Oh, don't say that near Kagi. He does not like that word at all.
Okay, ancient lich master.
I don't even like Grey Muzzle all that much.
I like Grey Muzzle. I think it's more respectful than just calling somebody an old fart. Though I'll be honest, I've met some people that definition definitely applies to them.
I take old fart over, you know, creepy old guy. It's like, hi, I'm staff. I'm creepy old guy. Those people
creepy old guy can be at least a little endearing. Old fart to me is just like, it's like saying like the amount of contributions you bring to society is literally nothing but a bad smell.
This con doesn't have anything to do. Well, can you volunteer for stuff? No, that's boring.
Yeah, you know, they want to have, they don't want to give.
To be fair, a lot of the people who don't volunteer for stuff also don't have a lot to volunteer with sometimes.
That is true.
Yeah, I will say I would be all for volunteering at conventions, but walking is difficult. And I
lots of non-walking jobs.
Yeah, somebody's got to sit up front and, you know, move the lines along.
I mean, registration, yeah.
Just stand somewhere and check badges.
Toshime says, with the average age of furries, you're a gray muzzle at 30. Yep, that makes me a gray muzzle.
I don't want to talk about that.
They want to move that down to 25.
What? I'm 25.
No, see, that's you know, the visible minority versus the majority thing again.
Sorry, Werner, you're joined us. You're just 1 foot in the grave now.
Your banana peel taped to a wall for 6 million.
My plan is probably to do a couple of panels.
I mean, even a couple of panels helps in a lot of cons. A lot of them just don't have
I'll settle
Content.
for doing a podcast. Like somebody
I
invited
always
a
do
podcast.
panels. I even did a panel at MFF, even though I didn't go to MFF.
What'd you do? A digital panel?
No, I was in meetup and I had Avi and Seda run it because I wasn't going to be able to go to MFF because I had to go on this work trip.
Oh, okay. A couple years gap. Oh, it's still young. Pet.
I'm stuck here in Alabama until Friday.
Damn.
The BAM, no.
Well, it gives you an excuse to find a local game store and browse stuff.
Maybe. I haven't been able to really
They
go
only
many
have Hobby
places.
Lobbies in Alabama.
I've been like really busy every day doing stuff, and then by the time I get back to my hotel, it's like 8 o'clock at night.
Ooh,
Yeah, when you get sent on a business trip, yeah, it's the company is going to work you to the bone during that. They're not giving you a free vacation.
Unless they're also on the business trip, and then it's, yeah, totally a business convention. Totally.
Oh, yeah.
What time do the hookers show up?
Usually around 11 o'clock. You gotta have the password for the concierge.
A timely reappearance. The dungeon awaits.
Yeah, also they didn't give me a rental car this
The
time,
commander
so...
just resubscribed for 20 months. Lord save me from tech problems.
Hey, Orca, thank you for that resub and your 20 months of support. Sorry to hear you're having tech problems, though. Those are definitely not fun.
Right. Zim, it sounds like your thing is a lot quieter.
What do you mean?
Your shout-out thing.
I'm
not complaining, I'm just simply saying it sounds quieter than it usually does when I hang out with you.
I haven't changed anything.
Maybe it's my volume then.
We will pet the wah wah wah. And if we see you at FE, we can play some magic.
Yippee, I don't know how to play Magic.
I can teach.
Yes. Or board games. We'll have some furry board games.
Yippee.
You know, it actually made it actually kind of made my day when I heard an advertisement on the radio for a local like board game shop, and I was like, what? Around here somebody actually is going to advertise for that? That's awesome.
Most of them don't have advertising budgets. That's impressive.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was very surprised, especially for around here where people don't really get into that kind of stuff, it seems.
It's a cheaper addiction than, the average movie nowadays, like by far.
Well, at least with a board game or something, you have the possibility of having replayability, unlike a movie where you watch it once and it's like, well, okay, I guess I have a few years before I can watch it again to, try it fresh again, or relatively fresh.
As a board game, you own it. It's not rent to own.
I'm always super sad because there's a card game kind of thing that I like called Havoc and Hijinks, but the company that makes it went out of business, I think.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Nobody else bought the license, I guess.
Someone might have, but there was an expansion for it that we called we sent them an email asking, hey, we can't seem to find that. Can we buy that from you? And they're like, well, we're basically going under, so here, have a free set.
Heck yeah. I mean,
What's
not
the game
great that
called?
they're going under, but still.
Havoc and Hijinks.
Unfortunately, there are a lot of franchises that, when they do get bought up, it's just so they can sit on it and keep it from competition, or they go the route of just disappear into the ether. And hi, Rajan! Mwah.
Oh.
Hi, Rajan.
Mwah. Hello.
So they're assigning tasks by AI?
Yeah, so apparently we are a test store for this new thing that they're going to be rolling out. But whenever overnight associates come into work, we have a part of our clock in has an AI-powered tool that is assigning our workflow.
Yeah, all right. We'll see how long that lasts.
It's trying to cut out middle managers. It's not going to last very long.
No. Okay. The thing is, it's not going to work for very long. But the company's probably going to stick with it anyways because it's stubborn.
Well, we spent a few billion on it. I guess we should at least use it. Utilize that whole sunken hole fallacy.
If it causes damage to the customer, well, that's a price worth paying.
That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
By the way, I'm sorry, hon. Mwah.
I mean, it's fine. Technically, I'm not impacted by it yet, though eventually it will be coming to... Because I'm not an overnight stalker. I'm just utilized as a stalker more often than I should be. So I technically don't deal with this yet. But it is the funniest thing for me to come back from a con to.
Also, Raijin, you really are my good
Yes.
luck charm.
Wow. Nice.
Like that price too. 420 card, yo yo.
I got a really rare card. The moment you joined on voice.
Yeah, but is it really as rare as Justin jokes?
I don't know, but maybe we can have one just in case.
Yeah.
Hey, kitty floss. Pet pet.
Hello.
This is why I'm trying to get my name changed.
It's
If
So-
you want us to stop, we'll stop.
It's okay. You're still a good boy.
Mm.
Oh,
That was a
I
melty noise.
see.
Did you pick up another
Convention,
one?
oh.
No, that one doesn't belong to me.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, not yet.
Melty.
Though I know where he wants to.
Wordy.
What
He
wants
already
to what?
was.
You want to belong to me.
Oh, well, wow.
Wow. Gee.
Wow, wow, wow.
But so hypothetically, all it's doing is what the team leads already do, which is look at the amount of hours for the freight and assign it to associates to do. But there's two major reasons why this is going to fail. First of all, it's expecting each individual associate to go on their phone and go into the app to mark that they have completed their tasks, which is going to be a disaster because some of our associates don't even know how to get on the phone to clock in because you can only clock in from your phone. And some associates can't even reach that. And second of all, it's expecting each associate to follow the work plan or else going to fall apart when almost every single day, the original plan ends up getting deviated because over the course of the workday, priorities change.
Yippers. It's almost like having some overseer like that is impractical for day-to-day operations. Cough, CEOs cough.
But I heard that CEOs make the world go around and that the workforce only works because of CEOs.
That's what the CEOs keep saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. My sarcasm unit, my sarcasm export output
No, it's
module is a
okay.
little bit busted.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Mine wasn't. You know, you doing the train rides relaxing, Cute Faith? Aw, I'm glad you enjoy it. That's why I like the train rides. It is nice and relaxing. But it kind of reminds me of some of those like penny deals that you'd find online where they're like, hey, do this task and we'll pay you like a nickel. And they're easy tasks, but like because they don't pay a lot, you like do a few and then you just kind of F off. But you get enough people doing that and eventually you have a data set.
For what that data set is worth.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to another game. Let's see if you guys have earned the reward for the crowd control. Unfortunately, we're still at only 7 out of 15 unique user purchases.
Guess that means you'll have to stream more of it before the end of the month.
Yeah, more stuff with crowd control, for sure.
Yeah. I'd highly recommend maybe giving like one of those Donkey Kongs a go. Who knows? Maybe people might find that to be funny.
I got a lot of games that I'm doing with crowd control.
Okay.
But we're going to be switching over to a new game. One that I got got from the developer to play. So let's go check that out.
Zim, you tease.
What?
Keep saying everything but the game's title.
Well, actually, I guess at this point I can because it is outside of the embargo. The game is called River Towns.
Ooh.
Bergo.
Sounds like a kingdom builder.
Yes. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us today for TCG Card Shop Simulator. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, grabbing packs of cards to stream loots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or picking up some merch over at zgfgaming.store. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.